Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. Today we are making a custom greeting card. I'm using watercolor paper because I want to start with watercolor, but you could use any type of paper. Thicker paper is better for a card than, say, regular printer paper, but really any paper will do. I tend to save envelopes when I get cards if it hasn't been written on yet and it hasn't really been destroyed in opening, then I'll save it. So I picked my envelope and then I made sure that the paper I was using would fit. You saw me scoring a line. I wasn't cutting all the way through, I was just scoring it so it would be easier to fold. And then I used the ruler to press down the fold and make it completely flattened down. You can use any hard, firm edge to do that. It doesn't have to be your ruler. Some people who do a lot of folding, maybe they're making cards, maybe they're scrapbooking, maybe they're bookbinding, I don't know, they'll actually get a tool called a bone folder. They're not usually made out of bone anymore, but they used to be. That's where the name comes from. Anyway, this particular card is for my best friend's baby shower. She's expecting a little boy, and I decided rather than spend, $4, $5, $6 on something from Hallmark or Carlton that's somebody else's artwork and somebody else's words, and chances are somebody else has given her the same thing, why not just make a card for her, something special that she can keep forever and show the kid later on, and yeah, kind of special and unique. So I decided to paint a little teddy bear on it, and because we're expecting a boy here, I'm going to paint the bow tie blue. I am doing an underpainting with Sakura Koi watercolor paints, and I will then be going over with colored pencil to add texture. I have my Prismacolor pencils. I do have all of my Prismacolors mixed together these days. I used to have them separated. So some of them are premiers that were purchased last December. So they are the Mexican-made premiers. And some of them are a mixture of Prismacolor pencils I've had since I was a teenager and even before that. So they're mostly scholars, a couple premiers, all made by Beryl and Sanford before the move to Mexico. So you could say that they're better quality, even though most of them are scholar, which is a step down in lines. Not that it matters. By the way, I do put out a minimum of 2 videos a week on this channel. On Tuesdays, I put out art videos. Sometimes they're just random time-lapse speed paints of whatever I was working on at the time. Sometimes they're unboxings and challenge completions from services like Scrawlrbox. And sometimes there are other art challenges with a time-lapse speed paint, like the Kinder Egg challenge that went out earlier this week. On Thursdays, sometimes I do crafts like this, sometimes I do art-related tutorials, and sometimes I do art-related product reviews. During weeks when I have a third bonus video to put out, I generally put them out on Friday unless there's a special reason to put them out on a different day, such as a collaboration. If you're new here and you haven't yet already, please do hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you back here for my next video. And if you enjoyed this, please do leave a comment down below, hit the like button, all of that good stuff. No, we're not over yet, I'm just filling the dead air otherwise. Almost done with the coloring process. You'll notice that I did some blending and highlighting with a white pencil, but I am now going in with a white gel pen to add a white stroke around the bear. I just thought it would look a little more crisp and professional. This is the Uni-Ball Signo white gel pen. I do sometimes also use the Sakura Jelly Roll. Sorry, I was going to say Sakura Koi. That was the watercolor paints I used. I honestly find that the Uni-Ball Signo lays down a much smoother color, but in terms of pigmentation, the Jelly Roll is also a really good pen. I just prefer the Signo. Using the Micron PN. PN stands for plastic nib. I decided to use that one rather than the standard nib size ones because I could vary the line weight a lot more there. And you just saw me flashing the Kyrlon sprays. I've got the matte finish and the UV spray. And right now, while the card is drying, I am making the inside of the card. This is regular printer paper. I'm just marking out my lines and my center, and I'm going to write my message inside the card. The sprays I put on the card, I believe I did the matte finish first, and then I kind of freaked out because it looked like it had brought all of the wax bloom out and maybe I had ruined the image, but luckily it settled down and the UV finish did not do that. The matte finish I put on first just, for a matte finish, but it is a non-yellowing gloss, well, not gloss, varnish to seal the artwork. The UV spray I put on it is so that if my friend chooses to display this card, rather than keeping it in some sort of keepsake box, the Prismacolor pencils, which are not light fast, shouldn't fade very quickly at all. You saw me going over the dark brown spots on the bear's paws and ears there. This was after the matte varnish and before the UV spray. It did end up looking very nice and as if there was no spray on it after the UV spray and after letting it sit for a full day. So thank you so much for watching. My friend did absolutely love this card as soon as she noticed that it was a custom card and not a store-bought card. She almost cried. She was trying not to. Love you. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please do hit the like button, leave a comment down below. I do reply to comments as fast as I can. And I will see you tomorrow with a bonus video. Bye, guys!